Hey TikTok, I'm on whatnot, and I wanted to tell y'all guys why I've joined whatnot, why I'm on live on whatnot, and I would like y'all to download whatnot and come over to their streaming platform. It's actually a selling streaming platform. The reason why I'm going live with you guys is to try to bring y'all over there so I have someone to talk to on this side because I'm just getting started, so I don't have any followers. So I'm asking y'all to go follow Miss JJ Entertainment, Miss JJ Diamond on whatnot. I'm going to be selling my IRSC codes. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to talk to you guys regarding why and giving y'all a little bit of understanding of what I do outside of being a music artist and a TikToker. Okay. Well, one, y'all all know my name is JJ Diamond. Jacqueline Richardson is my full government. I am the owner, publisher of Miss JJ Entertainment, which is a record label, publishing record label. A lot of people don't understand what that means. However, I will explain it and give y'all some understanding of what the qualifications is to own a record label. Some people think that I'm an independent artist. I'm not an independent artist. Okay, I just own the record label. The reason why I became an artist for my record label is because I had to have a certain amount of songs in order to be a record label. You can't just go and make a few songs and think you're a record label. It doesn't work that way. The government has qualifications, okay? And that's with anything. That's with any job. Even if you work on a job for a year, it doesn't give you experience, okay? You got to be on a job 5 or more years to have enough experience to be a pro, okay? And at this point, Ms. JJ Entertainment is a pro music label, okay? Do we make the funding of like some of the bigger music labels such as Sony, RCA, YMCMB? That was my fire, y'all. So I got the fire going in the back there. I don't know if y'all can see. I don't have their kind of money because I don't have those type of investors. However, I pay for everything myself. I work, I pay for it, I invest, I do whatever I have to do to make it happen and make everything legal government-wise in the United States, okay, and around the world. This is why people ask me, how is it, you're making money around the world? And I tell them, I say, well, I had to invest in order to make that money around the world. In order for my music to play on TV, in order for my music to play on radio stations in other countries. In other countries, people may perform my songs and they have to pay me, okay? I do have other artists on the label. One is my son, Nay Heights. Egypt Carter, that's my daughter. She only has a few songs. She's not a pro artist at this time. Maybe one day she will pick up and say, hey, this is something I want to do. Right now she's focusing on school, which is very, very important for a child. My son is a pro artist. He has reached his minimum songs to become a pro artist in America. Okay, we have other artists that has teamed up with us to help us get to the point that we need to be. And I'll run down some of those artists. We have, of course, number one, 50 Cent. He was the first one to put his hand out and say, hey, I got you. We have Alicia Keys, Drake, YMCMB all together. Okay, the record labels I was telling y'all about, Sony, RCA, trying to think who else, YMCMB Cash Money, We have a few that was there to say, hey, if this is what you want, we're going to give you that hand and help you up. And that's what they did for Miss JJ Entertainment. Miss JJ Entertainment was built and founded by me. It's a lot of work, y'all. This has been a 10-year run, okay? Very hard work, okay? I built it under my nonprofit, which is Private Friend Incorporated. I have other businesses as well. I'll talk to y'all about those one day. However, this is what I do, okay? And I'm also a producer, okay? People wondered, how did I become a producer? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that as well. Well, it was so costly, okay? Being that I had to get to a certain level, song-wise, meaning I had to have a certain amount of songs, I had to... My daughter's crawling behind me. She's so funny. I had to have a certain amount of songs, and it was so costly, and I wasn't working. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, so I couldn't afford to go and spend money at a studio to try and get the numbers that I needed to get. So I learned the process, okay? I bought the software. Of course, you have to have licensed software. A lot of companies don't tell you that, but you do. You're supposed to be licensed. I learned how to do the production and was able to sit in my bedroom and make music. Okay, so I can get those numbers. Those numbers is roughly 59, 58, 59, 60, around in there, in order for you to be a pro artist in America. To be a pro label is in the hundreds, okay? And I've met both of my quotas for the government to see me as a legal company, a legal publishing company. Now, there was a process. Now, that process was I had to become a member of American Society of Composers and what is ASCAP. American Society of Composers, and I can't remember it all, you guys, but y'all can always Google ASCAP and see. When I get off of here, I'll go check out your YouTube and check it out and see what's going on. Speaking of YouTube, okay, YouTube is a hard platform to build on. Okay, we have so many artists. You have over 1.8 million artists around the world. Okay, and it's a big platform to help you get your videos and stuff out there. But if you don't have a big following and not only have a big following, okay, if you don't have the funding to pay them to push it, it'll never be seen. Okay? And see, that's the thing that social media didn't tell us about. You know, we could push something on social media as much as we want, you know, and they starting to get big into telling you guys why it's hard for social media to work for anyone. So what people started to do was start to distribute their music through these different companies, which we call distributors. Okay? And these distributors, what they do is they release our music to YouTube and all the different Apple and Spotify and all the different major platforms, okay? But in order to do that, okay, you have to have ISRC codes, okay, International Sound Recording Codes. Excuse me. Everything that's sold must have a code. It must be identified. Everything. I don't care if it's a piece of paper. If it's sold off to you for 1 cent, it has to have a code so the government, all the governments, can keep track of how much was sold. Okay? That's the way it works. And it's the same way with music and videos. Okay? If those music videos don't have those codes that y'all put on YouTube, later on, someone else can come and claim those videos or claim that music. And a lot of y'all don't know that. But these are the facts, and I'm here to tell you the truth and tell you the facts, okay? They can come along and say, hey, that's my song. And it's really not. They didn't make the video. They didn't do anything. But they can claim it. Okay? Then you got YouTube has their own little, I guess, area where they say, hey, no, we've been watching this artist since this time, that we know that this is this person's music. But as time go by and people fade away, they can pretty much give it away. Okay? Now, when it's actually distributed with the proper codings, they can't just give it away. Okay? So now what the distributors have done is they have invested in the ISRC codes. Okay? And they don't tell you guys this. They'll say, hey, we're going to give you 100% rights to your music revenue. Excuse me, don't worry, you distribute with us. We got all of these distributors telling us this, right? Distribute with us, don't worry about it. We got you. But they didn't tell you that you needed that code. And they didn't sell you the code, they gave it to you. Okay? Now, by them giving it to you means that you don't own it. I'm going to tell y'all a story of what happened to me. Now, I was trying to get mine moving so fast, but I needed to move fast because I wanted to get to a certain level by a certain time. I had a time frame. So I needed to get to that level, become a pro artist by a certain time. So I was rushing. So I ran into this company called Vydia. Okay? And Vydia had them codes. And I didn't know what those codes were for. Do you have $10? I just want to get him a toy. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I've spent almost every dime I have, okay, on Christmas and giving, and I am broke. And I'm just being honest with you. That's why I'm here selling, okay? If I make $10, I'll give it to you. As I was saying, and that's the other thing. Y'all got to stop thinking because we're music artists, we always have money. We're human beings too, and we have bills to pay too. You know, we have kids too, you know. My kid don't have nothing under the tree. And we're thankful. We're thankful to be alive because we've been through a whole lot within a year, okay? You know, I'm telling a little fib. We do got a little bag of Bath and Body Works because they was on sale, okay? But that's the truth of the matter. We're just thankful to be alive and be able to put a meal on the table tomorrow. And that's just the facts. Things is hard for everyone. But if I get it, I said I will give it, I'm going to give it because I give back to my community every day. That's what my nonprofit is about. I give away my products. I give away food. I give away whatever I possibly can to help anyone and everyone. Even take the coat off my back to give to people when I don't even have. So if I get it, I'll give it to you. Getting back to what I was saying about the music, those codes. So what Vydia did was they was willing to give me the codes for my videos and for my music. However, they didn't realize that I was a member of ASCAP. Okay? Most distributing companies don't know if you are a member of ASCAP. And if they open up an ASCAP for you, then they have to pretty much, they're signing you. Okay, so they're responsible for everything. So they can't open you an ASCAP. However, if you're a publisher and you are an artist and you have a membership, they can't just go in there and put it in. Okay? This is what I thought. But they can once it's already in there. I had to learn this the hard way. I would have accepted your live, but you don't have a picture up. So I don't want to accept it. If you had a picture up, I will accept your you coming into the live so you can talk about any experiences that you've had in the past. However, put a picture up and then maybe I'll accept. Getting back to what I was saying regarding Vydia. Great company at first. I just knew that they were on my side. Well, I started getting payments, big payments, coming in from other countries. They love Miss JJ in other countries. It took me a while to get to America, okay? Even though I'm here in America. But they was showing Miss JJ Diamond a lot of love. One, because 50 Cent is well loved out in other countries, and Alicia Keys is another one that's loved in other countries. So that's why I got that lead pretty much, They're like, okay, well, who is she? All right, let's play her. All right, we like her. And I was like, okay, I'm loving these checks. But once Vydia saw that I was getting these checks, guess what they did? They went in and told ASCAP, hey, those are our numbers. We got the paperwork. That's our money. But what I dislike what they did is they tried to short Sony and RCA, which was very disrespectful. Okay? Now, could I take them to court? No, because by law, they own the numbers. So I gave them the product and didn't even know it. This is why you have to do your research. And I tell people all the time, just because you think you know music, don't mean you know what's going on in this music industry. Okay? People are always trying to find a way to get a handout. Okay? Always. So you have to protect your investment. And that's where I'm getting at with this. You have to protect it. And that's what the ISRC codes are for, to protect your investment. But if you don't own it, it's not yours. So you spent, say, $300-$400 to go to the studio, if you're not like me and do your production at home, okay? Or you paid somebody, and they own studio, a homemade studio, whatever, to help you. Whatever the case may be, it's your product. You took your time to make this item to be sold. And then they just come along and take your money. Or wait till you die away, or whatever the case may be, and come and take your money. It's not fair to the artist. It's not fair to the publishing company. If you're trying to build a music label, just like myself, I'm still a music label. I still met my quota. I'm just not getting my pay because I use their IRSC codes. So what the government did for me was said, hey, this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to give you the same power that they got. Now you can control your stuff. Okay? So that's what they did for me. You can't get that power if you're not a record label. So that leaves the real independent artists out here subject to signing their life over to someone else. And it's not fair. Okay? I see it to be unfair. So what I decided to do to help people, because we get a certain amount each year, is to sell some of them to you guys so y'all can start to build your own. If y'all decide y'all want to be independent, or if you decide you want to have a publishing company, because you can't do it without the IRSC code. So you will never be able to go up the ladder and become a pro artist. This is how some artists get stuck down here. They can be the best artists ever, but if they don't want to sign a deal and they don't want to move up that ladder, they're not going to move. Okay, without those numbers. And that's just the facts. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about is if y'all listen to the mute radio, the urban radio in America, you'll hear a lot of the music artists, they're shout me out in their songs. Reason being is because they love what I have done. People, why is they always calling you? Why are they always saying? They love my movement. So they're called Jackie or Diamond or Miss JJ or whatever is needed to let the world know her. You might be paying attention over here, but you need to be paying attention over here to her. Okay? Because, you know, we have a lot of privileged music artists. Okay? And they status really don't stand for anything. It's just that the United States made them privileged. Okay? But are they really getting money like that? Or are they really that big? If you don't hear people screaming their names in music, they're really not that big in the eyes of the people of the industry, because there we back each other, and that's the way it works. Okay, we back each other in the music industry any way possible. Okay, and that's what a lot of the bigger artists do for me. You know, 50 Cent started it with Smoke. Back in the day, they used to call me Deja when I was supposed to be in the music industry. So he started it out with that one, and then everybody else just followed, and they continued to help me. And here I am now, 10 years strong in, okay, a professional pro music artist. Okay, we have Drake did it for me. 21 Savage got a new one out right now for me. And that actually for my brand, because I also have a brand called Diamond Way, Miss JJ Diamond. So if you hear, what's the song, Freaky Girls, you say some craziness, but it fits for my brand. So shout out to 21 Savage on that one. But this is what they do. Okay, J. Cole made one. J. Cole and Boss. That one was with Jackie. Then we have right now Jack Harlow and GST. I think they have another one with Jackie. Then you have who's another big one that always shout me out or do things. I forget his name. There's a few of them out there, guys, though. You'll hear it on the radio here and there. They just, like I said, say my name, say Miss JJ, or Diamond, and they do that to show me the love, and I appreciate it every day, because it helped me continue to sell music, because I'm not privileged. Okay, I'm here building, I'm building a movement. I plan to be here for the next 50, 60 years. I'm not going to be here for 10 years and then I get, the company gets old. My brand gets old. And no, I plan to be here for years and years and years, because I plan to have my children run this company one day. Getting back to the codes. So in order for me to get paid from these different companies, they needed to have those codes. Well, of course, I didn't own them. Vydia did. They went in and snatched the money. So now my label is not getting anything. They're getting that. Okay, so now I'm rebuilding. Okay, I'm rebuilding with my codes. And now, mind you, I had over 130 songs with their codes. Okay, so now we still get paid for the artist part of it, but the label part of it, they snatched it from me, because technically it belongs to them. They own the codes. So I lost. I won, but I lost. Okay, sometimes you get into those situations where you're a winner, but you can also become a loser because of being a winner. Okay, and that's what happened to me. And I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you guys, okay? Now, technically, if they would have sold it to me, they wouldn't have been able to do that, because it would have been rightfully mine. They didn't sell it to me. What they sold was the distribution package. That's what they sold. So you always got to read the fine print, okay? This is why they say sometimes we do need to get lawyers to help us understand stuff, because we will miss the fine print. And then when we miss the fine print and stuff like this come up, we saying, well, why? Why is this happening? Because you missed the fine print. You didn't look at the big picture. We're always looking at everything so small. We got to look at the big picture. Now, they sold me the distribution part of things. Even I have a song called Ay Ay Ay. I have a video for that song. That video plays on Revolt. I look crazy in it and I'm jumping around. The video plays. If for some reason they wanted to put that video on TV for something else outside of just playing the video for viewers to watch, if they wanted to use it for, say, a commercial, they're going to get paid off of that because I did not own the code. So do y'all understand a little bit about what happened with this? I want to stop that. I want to stop these distribution companies from lying to you guys. And I can't just stop it by myself. Okay? Y'all have to help stop it too. Because they're lying to you guys. But technically they're not lying. They just told you. Well, I'm not going to say they lied. I'm going to say they didn't give you all the information. So being that you wasn't given all the information, you don't understand why you need these codes. Now, when you go into a company like ASCAP or BMI, or even in UK, they have it as well. And that's the thing about UK. UK and America, United States, have a lot of the same laws when it comes to music and nonprofits and different things like that. And I've learned that since I've been in this, side of business. I didn't know it in the past, but now I do. They have a royalty company as well over in UK that also goes out and collect your royalties. And the way I'm not sure how ASCAP and BMI does it. Meaning, do they have like a separate team that just scan different areas and see who's playing what, or do they have people in all these different areas that can say, hey, wait a minute, isn't this song ours? Isn't that Miss JJ? Wait a minute, we got to collect on that. I don't know how they set it up because I don't work for them. But only way for them to know is if it's in their database. Okay? Now, I had spoke to Tiger. I don't know if y'all know Tiger from YMCMB. I had spoke to Tiger some years back. And he had said, what do you need an ASCAP for? I've never gotten a check. Could be a couple of reasons why he's never gotten a check. One, because he's a big artist. Okay? One, because he didn't have the ISRC codes in there. Two, YMCMB or the umbrella of YMCMB, Cash Money, might have been getting it because they were the actual publisher record label. Okay? But he should have got his own check. Or his music just wasn't moving in other countries. And sometimes that happens as well. People say, how is she, like with me, how are you getting all this music? My music is heard in over 50 countries. And it's not a game, guys. It's not a game. I'm not here to tell y'all lies. I'm not here to tell y'all, anything wrong. I look at my paperwork, okay? And I see all these different companies countries or where my music, meaning Miss JJ Entertainment as a whole. I'm not just singling Miss JJ Diamond out. I'm saying the whole label. When I get the information in, I see so many different countries up there. It's unreal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like my music is being heard in this country and that country. It's unreal. You would not believe of the people that listen to American music and love it. Like right now, I'm being paid for a commercial for my song Pop Your Pum Pum. I don't know if they just used the song or if they used my whole body or my video or what they used. But they paid me for it. Because that's what they're supposed to do. This is a career. And I try to tell people that. Some people use it say it's a hobby. And it's really not, because anything that you can make money off of, it's not a hobby. Okay? It can become a career for you. But you guys got to learn how to protect your investment. You are the brand. You are the investment, your voice. So to just be giving it away to people is just not, it's not right, because it's yours. It can take care of your family years from now. Right now, some of you guys may be young, 19, 20, 25, and you're not looking at it like that. But the reality of it is, you may have kids. You may have family, meaning mother, brother, sister. God forbid anything happens to you, you want them to get your funding. Just like we're gonna look at what's his name, Eazy-E, that came up with Dr. Dre. Now, a couple of artists was using Eazy-E beats recently, and using his lyrics, not only his beats, his lyrics. His family was pitching a tizzy. Reason being is because there was a movie out with everything that was went on in his life, but the music wasn't registered properly, and it was nothing they could do about it. So the reality of it is, if at the time, if Eazy-E and Dre and all of them knew the downside of those things, they would have been able to protect that man's music, and his kids would have been able to get the money, the revenue from the songs that was made from his music and his lyrics. They didn't know. He didn't know. All they knew is that he had a couple of hits, but it wasn't registered properly. And I'm here to teach y'all how to register it properly, own your codes, so that way no one can come in and take your money. The good thing about America is anything that's sold, it becomes yours. Okay? But you have to have legal documentation. What they say, black and white don't lie. You have to have physical legal documentation saying, hey, I bought this number. Okay? From Miss JJ Entertainment or Jacqueline Richardson. That way you have proof that it belongs to you and no one but you. So that's what I'm willing to do for the music community, to help them take control of their belongings, because it belongs to you. Once you put it on, once you have recorded it, it belongs to you. But they'll come in and snatch it from you, and you will never know. Just like my son, let me use him for instance. He has a song that's out right now. I forget the song. He was battling back and forth with a company. This is why I only deal with the older artists. That's me. I'm older, so, I deal with the older artists. But they've been in the game for a long time. So some of them have learned from their mistakes, Some haven't, some have. But we work together to teach each other, okay? He didn't really want to deal with the older artists because, times have changed and they don't know, blah, 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 blah. You know how your younger ones do. But sometimes it's good to keep us around because we know some things and we're going to study some things a little bit deeper than what you may, because you may just be like, oh, well, it is what it is. Now they're saying everybody, oh, well, it is what, no, it's not. It is what it is when it comes to your investment. Some people go out and literally work to make the money to go in the studio. I work. I don't spend money at the studio because I'm production. I know how to do production. But there's some people that really do. They work hard for their money. There's some guys that was selling drugs just to get in the studio. Put their lives on the line. For somebody else to come and take their music? No, it's not right. So I told them, I said, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I don't understand why you guys are not getting paid, but I'm over here getting paid. And then all of a sudden, they showed me. They came in and snatched mine. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I said, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, guys, and I'm getting to the bottom of it. But the only way to overcome it, because these companies are big companies. They're big distribution companies. They're connected with distributors. I would say 100, maybe 100 distributors they're connected with. So with that being said, who's going to believe us over them? But we can stop them. That's the key. Okay? So right now I'm selling ISRC codes, but the way I'm going to be selling them is through Why Not. You can go over to Why Not, and I'm under Jackie. I believe it's Jackie0717 on Why Not, Miss JJ Entertainment. Y'all can connect with me on that side. Also, the way I'm going to be doing it is, once it's purchased, I'm going to need an email and proof of purchase, and I will be sending you over with your full legal name. I will need your full legal name, the receipt that you paid, and I will be sending you over via email a PDF documentation that will say that you legally bought these numbers from Jacqueline Richardson or Ms. JJ Entertainment. The reason why I'm doing that is so you can have more than just a receipt. Okay, because say Why Not disappears. They hear, you know how these companies are here today and going tomorrow. This is how it happens sometimes. We don't control that. But I want you to be able to have in writing with your name that you have on your ID. Hey, this is me. I own those numbers. Nobody can come in and take that. Because right now, I'm willing to help you guys. But that don't mean, God forbid, if something happened to me, that my family going to be willing to help you guys. They have their own mind, their own thoughts, their own feelings. They may want to come in and say, you know what, I'm taking that. That was my mom's. I'm not going to let that happen to you. I'm not going to do that. That's why you need your full name. Just like when you register with ASK, they have to verify you. Just like when I signed up with Whatnot. I had an onboarding class. I had to sit and talk with, I guess, the owners and or whoever they appointed to do the onboarding and recruiting, because they need to know that it's you. And you are, your numbers, your name. I don't need your social. I just want your full name so I can put it in your PDF document that you will have for life and be able to prove if somebody try to come in and take something from you, or even send to ASCAP, because you can send ASCAP your documentation as well. Just like when I first got my approval for my numbers, I sent them over to ASCAP. I didn't send them the numbers. I sent over my documentation that I got from the government, sent it over to them so they'll know, hey, this is what I got now. So they know. So if certain numbers come up and you have proof of purchase, they're not going to send me that money because they know it don't belong to me no longer because I sold it. That's why I need your full name, your email address, so everything can be legally formatted. Okay? I don't want to hurt nobody, and I don't want nobody to be hurt. I want to help people. Okay? Right now, I'm selling them for $2. God just said give it to them for $2. It was hurting me to my heart, but I say, okay, God, if this is what you want me to do to help them, help them, you know. So I'm going to be, tomorrow is Christmas. Monday, I will be going live again. Y'all share this live. Y'all let people know. If they're music artists, hey, holler at her. She knows the process. And then I will also take y'all through the process, the ASCAP process, because I don't know about the BMI. I'm not a BMI. You have some people that is, so you can ask them. But for me, I am an ASCAP. member. I'm an ASCAP artist and I'm an ASCAP publisher. Okay, so I can guide people through that, but other than that, I can't guide you through the other companies. I can only give you what I know. So you guys share this live. Any music artists you know, let them know. This is what Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, Jacqueline Richardson is doing to help the music community right now. What else I wanted to say? I'm also selling my copyrights to one of my albums. I don't know, times it's rough, but you know, there's always somebody out here that got money. So I'm also selling that on Why Not as well. I'll show y'all. That's the other thing, guys, too. Make sure when you get your I'm gonna tell y'all something that I did. I had did something with Universal. You know, Universal is a big company, big record label here in America, out of California and New York. And I had teamed up with them to remake Ludacris' #1 spot. And they gave me a deadline. They gave me a deadline in the email, and it was like, you have this amount of time to get your copyrights, this is copyrights. I don't own the track because I missed the deadline, okay? It is very, very expensive, guys, to run a music label, okay? Very, very expensive. I just wanted to throw that out there. If I had the money to copyright every single song, maybe one day, but it's not easy financially. And I'm just giving y'all the truth. But anyway, for this one, I did. Okay. This one here is the Just a Taste album with me. It's with me, my son, Nay Heights, Neji, a.k.a. Nay Heights. 50 Cent and Chris Brown is on these copyrights. Okay. That's what it looks like. It's a certificate that the government gives you, and they have a library that they keep all of this information in. Okay, it's in Maryland. Is it in Maryland? I think so. I think it's in Maryland. No, I'm sorry, it's in D.C. Washington, D.C. Let's see, I don't know if y'all can see it. And show my here as well. In D.C., but it's online. Okay, and you go on there and you put all your music information in, and it takes them time. It took 2 years for me to get this documentation right here. Okay, after paying for it and everything, I waited 2 years because they had to make sure things were clear, people knew, you know, whatever. It's the process. Okay, but this documentation shows that I own the rights to these songs for that Just a Taste album. Okay, so I'm actually selling this. I'm going to be selling these, and I hope to get it sold soon because I need to upgrade my label and do some other things. And this will be the ticket for me to be able to move forward with my music label and upgrade on some things. So that's why I'm taking this investment and I'm going to sell it off. And for those that do purchase it, they will be the owners of it while I continue to build. You know, and it's sometimes we don't want to sell stuff, you know, because I keep hearing, like, I'm going to use Nas, for instance, you know. Nas he had copywritten all his stuff, too. He had just got, what was it, some type of award Nas had got recently. And when he got the award, he kept saying, I told you don't sell. I get it, Nas, okay? I get it 100%. but a sister is struggling, okay? And sometimes this is just what we have to do. Wu-Tang, they sold their copyrights so they can move forward and do movies and whatever else they needed to do. So it's not like it's a not common thing. People do it all the time if it's an independent label of their own. When you say independent label, meaning a label that's not with a big label like Sony and RCA and labels like Motown and stuff like that. So in order for us to elevate, we need the funding. So we have to do, for me to even do a big show, I have to put 20 grand down. Okay? For all my artists. 20,000 is a lot of money, especially today. So sometimes this is what we have to do in order to move to the next level. You know, we have to sell things off in order to proceed in what we want to do and get bigger. I don't want to stay stuck at this level. I want to be a bigger label. I want to be around for years and years. Just like Sony and Motown and the rest of them. RCA and Bad Boy. You know, shout out to Diddy. Me and him just connected with one on my ISRC code. So that's one thing that's going to be a part of me. Okay. Legally government bonded. Okay, so I'm thankful for that. Shout out to Puffy, Diddy, whatever y'all know him as. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes this is just what we have to do. We have to sell off our stuff in order to upgrade. And I like I said, I didn't want to, and I understood where Nas was coming from, being that he was been in the industry for so many years. You want to take advice from the older crew, and I take their advice to be highly appreciated. But sometimes, you know, you just need that extra push, that extra money to just get you where you need to be, you know, business-wise, you know. And I'm running other businesses, too, so I can't keep robbing from Peter to pay Paul and to pay this one over here. Now it's just too much. It's starting to drive me insane. You know what I mean? So I have to make a medium. I have to get a balance. And I know that I need a certain amount of funding in order for me to move forward with my music label. So that's why I'm selling my copyrights. I'm not saying y'all go out and get copyrights and then try to sell them just like I'm doing. I have bigger dreams right now. You know, you may not see what I see right now. But 10 years down the line, after you got a few of these, you may be like, Miss JJ was right. I need to sell some of this stuff too. You know, and I might be one of the ones that come and buy it because now I'm at a whole different level now, you know. So, even 50, he doesn't want me to sell it as well. You know, he wants me to hold on to this little piece of papers. And I get it, but I need the funding, you know, so I gotta let it go. You know, I'm gonna have pictures of it, you know, and that's about it. But yeah, so I'm selling all of this stuff on Whatnot. So yeah, share the live, guys, and let other people know. Once again, is Whatnot. Jackie0717 is my page on Whatnot. And I'm going to go live again. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to go live again tonight. Because it's going to be a boring night. So working is what I do. So yeah, I'll probably go live again tonight just to try my hand and see where people are at mentally about the music industry. Because a lot of people really don't know about the music industry. They think they know, but they really don't. And it took me 10 years to learn almost everything that I know today. Okay? So don't think that you're going to get into music. And there's signed artists right now that don't know anything that's going on that other side. Okay? They couldn't tell you anything. I spoke to an artist, big artist too. I ain't going to tell you who it is, but I spoke to a big artist a couple of years ago. And I said, listen, I forgot what I asked him. He was like, oh, I don't know. It was like the record label deals with that. I don't know nothing about that. I'm like, all right, you ain't no help. So I don't even bother to deal with regular music artists anymore because they don't know nothing. Only thing, they got a deal. So their job is to get dressed, perform, okay? Whatever the label tell them to do, that's what they supposed to do. They don't know nothing about nothing else. So I had to physically learn all of these things on my own. And it took me almost 10 years. Long process, okay? I love you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Continue to share this video. Thank you for the shares that y'all giving me on TikTok. I love you guys. Thank you for those that joined on Whatnot. I'll see y'all tonight. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. I'll see you guys tonight as well because I'm going to get on here again while I'm on Whatnot. So I love y'all. See y'all soon. And this thing, I see it. It's easier on the phone.